So I want to try a crazy card stunt. What we have is a deck of cards here, and we're going to shuffle them on up before you begin. And they could even be shuffled by a spectator. And then we continue on. Now, there are different people throughout history who, from around the 1900s, mid to late 1900s, there are people who have been able to do crazy memory stunts. One of them being memorizing decks of cards. A record was a male individual. Don't worry, I'll get to the trick. But it is just so fascinating. One man was actually able to memorize 54 decks of cards, all shuffled together, and only make like 6 mistakes. And that's crazy to think about. In the whole line of 52 decks of cards, 54 decks of cards times 52 playing cards per deck. That's a lot of cards. Anyways, fun facts and nerding aside, what we're going to try to do is I'm going to actually try to memorize cards. And I want to do it while casually talking. I want to test everyone's memory. I am so forgetful, and so this is always a little way I do to practice so I can expand my memory and be able to memorize more things. And before I attempt it, I ask you and as well as the audience, how good would you say your memory is? Is it just a couple cards, just like as we go along? 3 cards, we got this. 9 of spades, 10 diamonds, 5 of diamonds, 5 of hearts, queen of diamonds. I'm going to keep on going, but see how many you can memorize. I'm going to show it again before we begin, and now we begin. Okay? As we're going across, 6, 4, 10, king. And we're going across and trying to memorize each and every card as we go along. Keep them going. Okay. 8, 3, 2. Okay. I'm trying to make sure I don't make a mistake. I want to make sure I can memorize each one as going along. 2, 4, 9. Okay. And you can keep on going as we're going along. So before I continue, 8 of hearts. Okay. How good is everyone doing so far? And I try to usually be a little more close up into you. You can see every single card with the audience, and people say I'm lost already. Well, don't worry, we're nearly at the end. Okay, 9 ace. I just want to see if I can do it with or without any mistakes. In this case, Jack of hearts, 7, 5. It's worth it, I promise. 7 diamonds, 7 hearts, Jack of clubs, 8 of spades, 3 of diamonds. Okay. And what's great about just one deck of cards as well is if you take the card and move it like 1 card or 2 cards up from top to bottom, it doesn't really matter because it all runs in a circular order. Now, being a magician is where it gets really fun. All I have to do is just give it a riffle, and I can be able to change it to whatever order I want after memorizing the cards, which is pretty cool. Would you believe me? Actually, I'll let you do the riffle, okay? And they come on over, get ready, and I ask them, would you believe me if you were to riffle and all the cards are now separated into red cards on one side and black cards on the other? And they go, no, give it a riffle. They give it a riffle, and I can show it to them right here that all the cards have separated into all red cards, believe it or not, and then we've got all black cards. Wow. And you can spread it and show it all red cards and all black cards. Crazy. And everyone's freaking out. It's great. So I actually want to try something else. And I would actually have 2 spectators. I would call them up, and everyone will go for an applause cue. I ask their names. Let's say their names are John and Mary. I go, sup John, sup Mary. Okay, we're going to have a fun time. Okay? And do you guys, you can play whatever jokes you want. Do you guys know each other? Have you guys known each other for a long time? And I just pulled up 2 random people. Hilarious. Anyways, continuing with the effect, I will have the spectators each select a card. And so I will have John select a card, and Mary may select one as well. And she goes just like for the bottom card. You know what I'm talking about, those types of people. Okay, we'll do second from bottom. Fine. See if I care. I do. Anyways, the cards are shown and memorized. Okay? Hopefully you can see it. Okay? And then the cards are placed back. we toss the card back. Let's say she just Mary tosses, gets it. We show it, okay, and then we just toss it back in there. And John, I ask him to place wherever he wants. Let's say he puts it right here, okay, and we scroll the cards on. Now here's the crazy part. We lost the cards inside the pack, and we're going to be giving card shuffles all the way on through. And now you can even do a. I've never get to really do table shuffles. I want to see if I can still do it. Nah, I can't even do it right. What can you do? Well, we'll at least cut the cards. Okay. And what we'll do now is I'm going to do a challenge, and I'm going to do an open challenge to everyone. Okay. And what we're going to do is I'm going to have everyone count to 5, and I need to be able to spread on through the cards, even though there's shuffle conditions and everything. And I'm going to find the cards, say within 5 seconds. So let's get ready. Okay, on count of 3. Oh, sorry. Ready, set, go. The marking's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it says stop. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I have to go with these 2 cards. I don't seem to not have a choice. And these 2 cards are the 5 of diamonds and the 9 of clubs. I'm Dan, and I thank you. So I want to show you something amazing. We still have got if we're continuing off the previous trick, a mystery card here, and we've got a deck of cards. We've been, the spectator's been mixing since the beginning, and we've been continually shuffling throughout and mixing them on up. So, continuing off where we left off, we're going to also have to close out. This would be the big closer. This would be the encore effect. We would actually start by having a spectator select a card. So, for the big finale. So, first, a spectator can point to any one they like. Let's say they go far down, and they decide upon this particular card. Would you want to go further, any further? And like, okay, fine, 2. They go down 2 cards, and they stop upon 1, and I show it to them. They stop upon this card. So they are memorizing this card. Hopefully it can be seen. And then it is lost back inside the pack. Okay, like so. And then the cards could even be shuffled, which is always great. And so what we're going to try to do is we're going to actually mix the cards even further. We're going to come back to that card in a bit. We'll just first want to make it even more impossible. And the spectator is going to do this, but first I instruct them. I'm going to deal off I want you to deal off cards like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cards in a pile, like 4 poker hands. And I need you to keep on dealing out the cards, like so. Now you can deal off occasionally or mismatch, but here's the idea. You generally want to keep the piles even, okay? So just try to keep them, regular. Okay, you got what I'm saying? And they go, yeah. So I take the cards, and we're going to just leave it off to them, and we just go for it. We let them do it, okay? And they deal out. They start dealing out like so, and then immediately they start dealing haphazard like so, and they're going like this. I'm like, oh no, but whatever. They want to deal off, and then they start doing normally. I'm like, you could be a little bit okay with this, whatever. And I just start dealing with this, and they go like this. I'm just going crazy with this, just general idea. Do, and there. Okay? So they did all this. We square all the piles very fairly. Very fairly. And they could even do this if they want to. The spectator can do this. 3 and all 4. And then I have the spectator point to any 2 piles. And let's say they pointed these 2 piles right here. Okay? I'll move these over here for a second. Get these 2 piles and shuffle them together. We can even push them a little bit further ahead. And you can actually see them all. And I can have the spectator push the cards together and square them on up like so. We take the next 2 piles, further shuffling them together, further mixing them, spread, square it on up like so. And the spectator does that, square it on up, and one last shuffle if I may. And it's fun because the spectator gets to see the process of me painstakingly making sure that the cards are shuffled like this. And this is what makes the prediction so interesting, even amongst all this madness. And the cards can be squared up. Then I have the spectator, one last thing, if you can, just one last thing, this is part of the prediction. If you can deal down 16 cards right here, it would mean the world to me. 1, 2, 3, they go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is a spectator dealing, not me. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, and again, I can count just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, and I say, can you also deal down 20 cards right here? One last thing. Okay, and they deal down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then you can set the rest of the cards aside. Okay, we are good. And then you can even hand this out for a spectator to mix if they so choose. So we've got the prediction right here. We've had it here since the beginning. This is the crazy, crazy, crazy part. I've got the prediction. It has the question mark. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to actually show it one at a time. And I'll try to get as close as I can to show the prediction. So question mark. Okay. And then prediction. I'll read each one off as we go along. So let's go right here. Prediction. Okay. The first one, I would have the spectator think of the card, and it says on the prediction, your card, and even the spectator can read it off. Your card is the 2 of diamonds. Whoa! That's crazy. Then number 2. Right here. Center pile has exactly 11 black cards and 9 red cards. And this is a pile. Oops. I can now make the lighting a little bit better. There we go. And the crazy part is that the spectator was mixing this pile, and they can count it themselves. So the spectator counts this, not me. And you would see, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards. No one believes me. It's too impossible. It's too crazy that I was able to predict that. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You dealt down these 20 cards, right? And they counted out the remaining should be 9 red cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Amazing. That's part 2. That's part 2 of the 4-part prediction. I want to keep on showing this because it gets crazy. It says the third pile on the third pile on the left has all red cards. Okay, not sure. I want to try to make sure everyone can see it for at least a second. There you go. And that's the third part of the prediction. And then we turn it over to my left right here, and you can see. Hopefully, you can see it all red cards. I can show every single last one, and they're all red cards. Believe it or not. OMG. And the pile, yes, it must be. You're like already thinking, this pile must be. And I show the last part of the prediction. I can actually show the full prediction now. Okay, and you can pause to read it. And it says the pile on the right is all black cards except for the 2 of diamonds. And you've been watching this entire thing. No cuts, nothing. We turn this pile over, and it is all, and I can show it to you up close. All black cards, all except for that 2 of diamonds. And I don't know how to make it any more impossible than that. This is not Harry Lorraine's Out of This Universe. This is Dan's Out of This Multiverse. My name is Dan. I hope you are having a wonderful day. And if you may, I think this video deserves a like, deserves a subscribe, and wishing everyone a good one, and have a good one.